A stunning woman with a hot figure wakes up in a secret room. Instinctively, she checks her body and finds nothing wrong. She's locked in a pure white room, and apart from feeling a bit uncomfortable in her head, she can't remember anything else. Who am I? Where am I? Seeing a small window on the door, she bangs on the door and screams frantically. But even if she screams her lungs out, it's useless. Checking the walls around her, she finds no gaps. Just as she was venting her frustration on the mattress, a beast's roar suddenly came from outside, as if it was about to rush in. The beauty crouched in the corner, trembling. After the beast's sound ended, the room's lights suddenly went out. When the lights came back on, the small door clicked and surprisingly opened automatically. Gathering her courage, she walked out of the room. The corridor outside looked eerie and terrifying, not a soul in sight. But to find out the truth, she had to check the surroundings. The beauty, named Lisa, found a man named Deshawn in one of the identical white rooms. Like Lisa, Deshawn had also lost his memory and was wearing the same vest. The two of them teamed up to find an exit. As they walked, they came to an iron door. There, they met Yan Jing and Hei Mei, who were in the same situation. To find the exit quickly, they decided to split up and meet back here once they found it, then figure out how to open the iron door. So, both teams, paired as male and female, set off. Yan Jing and Hei Mei discovered an entrance to a basement. Seeing the darkness below, Yan Jing, with a wet expression, suggested, "Ladies first." Hei Mei replied, "Even though I'm dark, I can't see anything in pitch black either." Yan Jing had no choice but to go down first. Below, there was a huge swimming pool with a big-eyed girl swimming in it. Yan Jing was stunned, wondering why he came down. As he was lost in thought, Hei Mei suddenly appeared behind him, giving him a start. At this moment, the big-eyed girl noticed them and asked why they were hiding. "If you want to watch, just come over," she said. This time, Yan Jing didn't let "ladies first" stop him. He got up and wanted to rush forward, but Hei Mei couldn't hold him back. The big-eyed girl, like them, was also a victim, but her heart was big enough to swim here and relax. After some idle chat, the big-eyed girl said she needed to get dressed and asked them to turn around. His eyes and mouth said he absolutely wouldn't look, but his eyes were honest, afraid to miss a glimpse of the big-eyed girl for even a second. Watching that graceful figure, his eyes showed a lecherous smile. Suddenly, many spikes appeared on the figure, startling him. He quickly turned to look at the big-eyed girl, but nothing was amiss. Meanwhile, Lisa and Deshawn arrived at a room where there was actually a huge iron coffin. It seems this might be a torture chamber. The two were scared and quickly backed out of the room. Then, they entered another room where an old man lay on a shelf. The room was filled with various experimental instruments. The old man's head was also covered with tubes. Lisa stepped forward to examine and found that this instrument had been used 8 times. As for why she could understand these instruments, she herself didn't know. Why? Deshawn found lab coats in the cabinet, just enough for each of them to wear one for warmth. As a result, they were almost killed by these lab coats. A man and a woman trapped in a creepy secret room, both having lost their memories. They finally found 2 lab coats, and just as they put them on for warmth, Dahei burst in with an iron rod. Without a word, he started beating them. It turned out Dahei was also a victim, mistaking them for medical staff and thinking they were responsible for everything. After the misunderstanding was cleared up, Dahei said he found an exit, but the door was locked with an electronic lock and couldn't be opened no matter how hard they tried. While they were talking, a terrifying shadow suddenly appeared in the room. Before Dahei could see what was happening, a black spike pierced through his chest. Dahei tried to leave the room but was dragged back by the shadow. Then, the shadow chased them out of the room. While escaping, they reached an iron door, and Deshawn cried as he broke their chain, quickly hiding in the room. The shadow reached the door but retreated. It seems the shadow is very afraid of light. They stepped out of the room again to search for an exit. Next, they reached the swimming pool, and while in the changing room, 3 people suddenly emerged from a locker, almost scaring them to death. After exchanging information, the white-eyed girl said she knew of a door. They went to check it out and found a notebook covered with handprints on it. Lisa easily opened the door. Inside, it looked like a prison, with a room inside. The door was closed, and a burly man, just like them, was also a victim. Since everyone was in the same situation, Lisa ignored everyone's advice and untied the man. The freedman quickly rushed to the wall and relieved himself of the water in his stomach. Then, the man said there was another room nearby with a girl chained up inside, wearing a unique mask. As Lisa was untying the girl, a shadowy figure arrived. Before Lisa could lead the girl out of the room, the girl had already met her end and clocked out. Everyone hurriedly hid in a room. The big-eyed girl said that the shadowy figure would eventually kill all of them, just like it had killed everyone else here before. Everyone was drenched in dirty water. Lisa discovered another room that seemed to be a data storage room. It contained information on all of them. The engineer is Eyes, the investment director is Black Girl, the lawyer is Deshawn, the prisoner is the burly man, Lisa is a doctor, and the girl with the mask is mentally ill. She was sent here for treatment, and the girl is a nurse here. Big Black is the security guard here. Fortunately, there were clothes in the cabinet, so they could finally dress a bit warmer. The group planned to continue searching for an exit. Suddenly, they heard the sound of a phone ringing. But no matter what, they couldn't open the door in front of them. Next to them was the room where the big-eyed girl woke up. Lisa quickly noticed a two-way mirror on the wall. The burly man fired 2 shots and shattered the glass. As soon as they crawled through and picked up the phone, the other side had already hung up. The scene before them startled them. It was a rather terrifying room, with walls covered in bloodstains and scratch marks, but no bodies. Eyes saw a computer in the room. As a longtime engineer, even though he had amnesia, his skills remained. He quickly found information about their location. This was a mental health research facility. Sang Biao was in charge here, and he invented a machine that could erase memories. Originally, it was used to treat psychological disorders. Later, Sang Biao found new uses for it, like treating the big-eyed girl's mental illness and the violent countryside burly man. Deshan was also a patient here, Blackback was a visitor, and the others were staff members. But why was the machine used 8 times, and why did they all lose their memories? The computer didn't show this. To leave here, there was only one exit, which was the electronic lock that Big Black mentioned. Eyes suddenly thought, since it's an electronic lock, what if they could? If the power is all turned off, wouldn't it be easy to open the main door? As a professional engineer, he can operate the computer to shut down the power supply system here. But it requires 2 computers to work together, and there's only one computer in this room. At this moment, Lisa thought of the emergency room, where there's another one. But if the power is turned off, wouldn't the shadow be able to kill people at will? The computer data shows that the torture room and the pool have separate power supplies, so everyone can hide there when the time comes. Glasses must stay here to operate the computer, and Big Sis voluntarily stays with him, while the other 4 go to the emergency room to check. When they arrived at the emergency room, they found that Big Black's body was gone, but Big Sis was still on the shelf. Why didn't the shadow kill Big Sis? Lisa saw the machine that had been used 8 times. At this moment, she suddenly thought of a problem. There were 9 people lying down, but the machine was only used 8 times. This indicates that one of them is normal, and he is likely the mastermind behind it all. So who is the real culprit? The big guy guessed it must be Glasses. He decided to go with Blackface to take him down, leaving only Lisa and Big Mountain in the emergency room. At this moment, Lisa saw Big Sis's wristband, realizing she was the lawyer in the data. This means Big Mountain was impersonating. Big Mountain didn't hide it and told the truth. He is the person in charge here. When Big Sis was having her memory erased, her soul suddenly left her body, and then she turned into the shadow monster. The reason they are trapped here is that after the shadow monster appeared, Lisa accidentally locked the main door, and Lisa is actually Big Sis's wife. The reason Big Sis erased everyone's memory is that no one supported her invention. Just as Big Sis stepped forward to start the computer, the big guy and Blackface returned. Big Sis exposed the situation and acted first. She quickly moved forward and ambushed the big guy, scaring Blackface to run out of the room. Just as Big Sis was about to turn around and get up. After the 2 computers successfully connected, Glasses stepped forward with some amazing operations, and the main door automatically opened. Then, the lights in the room randomly went out. Lisa had just found Blackface in the torture room when Big Sis closed the main door from the outside. Glasses and Big Sis unfortunately encountered the shadow, and the 2 quickly jumped into the pool. Who knew? The shadow could swim and immediately grabbed Big Sis. Then, the shadowy figure arrived at the torture chamber. Black Sister was so scared that she hid inside the torture device. Afterwards, Black Sister also met her end. Sang Biao opened the door, intending to leave, but unexpectedly, the not-dead strong man was waiting for him here. The strong man stepped forward and stabbed Sang Biao. Sang Biao shot and killed the strong man. The injured Sang Biao hadn't gotten far out the door before the shadowy figure turned him into a pincushion. At this moment, Eyes found the torture chamber. After the 2 met up, they prepared to leave. Unexpectedly, the shadowy figure was blocking the doorway. The 2 of them charged forward with flashlights. After crawling out from underground, they ran for their lives. Then, the shadowy figure emerged from the hole. No matter how fast you run on 2 legs, you can't outrun something that flies. The shadowy figure quickly caught up with them and was about to finish them off when, at that moment, the sun came out. The shadowy figure was so frightened that it fled in a panic. In the end, it was reduced to ashes by the sunlight. Eyes and Strength only have memories of this one day. From then on, the 2 of them lived a shamelessly happy life. The movie, Reflections of Memory, ends here. This movie tells us that it's best not to conduct experiments underground. Why not build a sunroom instead? Alright, if you want to see more great movie reviews, please follow me. Bye bye. Yeah.